Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got two teams here looking to find a way to win. It's the Cowboys coming in at 7-6, going up against the Buccaneers, who come in at 5-8. Set for the call of this Week 15 matchup, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys. They go play action here on first down. And, oh, he's going to be hit and driven into the turf. Quan Alexander in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Now Prescott. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So they put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. William Golston in on the stop. Dez Bryant, certainly one of the go-to guys, if not the go-to guy for this offensive unit.
One of the most talked about players in the league, as well as one of the most productive receivers. He attacks the football downfield.
8 yards to go here on second down. They go with Murray again. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. And that linebacker group today could be very key.
As we were preparing for this game, you pointed out to me as we were watching film that the linebackers look like an elite unit. I agree with you totally. They move around, fly to the football, and take it away from offenses.
So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense.
Come on, let's go! Brand 38!
Here's Prescott. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic. So anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front? Creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility. And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throw complete right side to Cooks. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise that this would come up short.
They come out here in the eye. The first carry now for Doug Martin. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Here's the offense, and highlighted as a guy who gave himself his own nickname, the Dugginator.
Brandon, you really can't nickname yourself, but if he keeps running at this level, he'll have plenty of good nicknames to choose from.
On 2nd down, Martin. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Winston on 3rd and 2. And this is going to be incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it'll be 4th down.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Brandon Cooks, 82 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Winston now to throw on first down. It's caught by Mike Evans. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Jameis Winston and Mike Evans came into the league 1 year apart. They're going to continue to grow together. How about their first connection in this game?
Yeah, in the first 2 seasons for Mike Evans, both over 1,000 yards. What a way to start an NFL career. First down, Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
One receiver to the left is Evans. To throw is Winston. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
And here's a look at the defensive unit that hopes to halt this offense today. Again, it's Martin. And a short gain here down to the 22. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
3rd and 4. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. First chance for the backup here to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position, but as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college. With all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. It's the fullback. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Come on, let's go. 190.
Now Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll come out in the pistol. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Time running out here on the play clock. Here's Prescott. He's going to let this one go deep. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Here we go.
Back to throw. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. Good throw, good catch, and the post route successful for the offense.
Really difficult on the defender. He got moved out of the middle of the field and tried to scramble to recover, but it was too late to stop the completion.
And now a first down following that long gain.
Let's go.
Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
They come up in an offset eye. They run again with Morris. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
They go play action here on first down. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Play clock winding down. Here's Morris. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Let's go! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Now the 5th-year man, this is Lance Dunbar. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
So often you hear defensive coaches talk about we need all 11 on every play in order to be a good run-stopping unit. And sometimes it starts to sound a little cliche. But did you see the free safety on that play? Knifing through and running down the ball carrier. A huge, huge play. And when you have a free safety who can run like that, you've got to turn him loose.
So what a let-off there. You figure that was an easy 3 points. Instead, it turns into nothing.
And from that close of range, if you start it left, your goose is cooked. And this thing, well, it never had a chance to straighten itself out.
Jameis now on first down. Stocker's got it. Complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 20 that time. And it's good enough for a Tampa Bay first.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
A first down throw for Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Bryant, the lone receiver, left. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Ryan Smith. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Here we go.
Now Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's brought down. Give him 16 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Cowboys. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Come on, let's go. Brad 38. Flex round.
Here's Prescott. Surveying the field. He's going to loft one deep. He's got it at the 15. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there just before halftime. 56 yards. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. They'll throw now on the final play. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Brendan Hargraves breaks up another pass attempt there, and let's face it, it's not by accident he's making a lot of great plays.
Yeah, what makes him so good?
To me, it's footwork and ability to change direction so fluidly without losing ground, without losing speed. He's one of those guys, he may not be the tallest corner you're going to see, so some people may have dinged him on that coming out of college, but he's so fundamentally sound as well as athletically gifted. You match that up together.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime.
3 down.
They come up in an offset eye. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he whips that one incomplete there. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Evans has it left side. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll come out in the pistol. And they just did not get the snap away in time. Here we go on 1st and 15. Adams, the man in motion left. Following the penalty, Martin. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So just 1 yard to go here on 3rd down. Now the former Oregon man, this is Kenyon Barner. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
They come out here in the eye. They run again with Barner. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Another pistol look here. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Here's Winston. That's complete. It's Bell. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
First out, here's the run with Martin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards there on the pickup, and the Buccaneers are going to have a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It's the rookie from Notre Dame, Jalen Smith, in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. 3rd and long for Winston. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there, so go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. They'll try and throw for it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Randy Gregory in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Second down, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So a second down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. The intended receiver, Lewis Murphy. And that's going to make it 4th down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And some room to roam now. The 20. And he'll cut it. Touchdown, Cowboys. DeMarco Murray with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cowboys have once again taken the lead. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And there's a flag on the field. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. They come out here in the eye. Winston gives to the tailback, Martin. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
And he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there. And there we saw completion.
They run, Martin, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So we've got a 2nd and 5. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Prescott finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll need to get the play off quickly on 1st down. Murray. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
They come out here in the eye. Now a give. This is Klutz, the fullback. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man. And he ends up picking up a 1st down. A little bit of gray area there, though. But I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. The play clock's running down. They run with Morris. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll run it now with Dunbar. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Lance Dunbar, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Jameis on 2nd down. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. So 1 yard to go here on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Martin. And now loose football. Fumble. Martin lost it.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Working out of the gun, Winston. It's hauled in by Shepard. Oh, what a juke into space. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Winston now to throw on first down. He's going to let it, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Brandon Carr, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now Dallas gets set to take the field, and they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now Dunbar. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
But that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
They'll run again here with Dunbar. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Again, we'll see the pistol here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And it's fielded at the 34. And there's a flag on the play. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Jameis now on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. Now, and that's caught inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off, it's J.J. Wilcox. And now here come the Cowboys. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference right here.
It really shouldn't, but a lot of coaches look at it similar to baseball with the intentional walk.
Always bringing in other sports.
Always, hey, listen, think about the intentional walk, right? What if one gets past the catcher? What if he uncorks a wild one and now you still have an opportunity? That's why they like to use them all the way through.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And, you know, winning is good for all the obvious reasons. But if for nothing else, it makes tomorrow's film session a little more palatable, doesn't it?
Oh, indeed it does. Sometimes it helps you in the grading because the coaches will look at it, and if it's a borderline play for you, if you won the game, you might get a plus in your column instead of a minus.
So for the Cowboys, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.